Have you ever wondered if death is really the end, or just an illusion we are forced to believe? Much of what we know about death may be a lie passed down from generation to generation. But hidden in the shadows of history is a powerful ancient book that holds secrets that could change everything. This book not only reveals how to overcome fear and rebirth, but also guides you to master death, a concept that we have completely misunderstood. The secret lies in this: death, in the traditional sense, does not really exist. Our consciousness is not limited by the physical body. So, what is the truth? It is time for you to explore with me. Before we go further, like and subscribe to the channel to know more mysteries. Tibetan Book of the Dead, an ancient esoteric text, carries mystical insights into death, a journey that few truly understand. In the Tibetan view, death is not a final destination, but a gateway to transformation, a stage where consciousness is freed from the limitations of the body. The book reveals that, contrary to popular fear, death is something humans can prepare for and master. Through a deep understanding of it, we can take control of our lives, no longer imprisoned by cycles of fear and ignorance. When the soul crosses the threshold of life, it reaches the clear light, a state of absolute purity and freedom. Only those who have carefully prepared themselves, overcoming worldly illusions, can receive and master this ultimate moment. 2. The 3 Stages of Death and Bardo. The 3 Stages of Death and Bardo is one of the most profound and mysterious sections of the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Death is not simply an end, but a journey through 3 stages. The Bardos, where the soul faces profound challenges and opportunities for transformation. The first stage is the clear light. This is a wonderful moment where the soul is confronted with pure light, which represents absolute freedom. Those who are spiritually prepared will experience lightness and freedom in this moment. However, for those who are not ready, this can also be the most severe challenge, as this light can be mistaken for doom and despair. The second stage, or vision, is a crucial turning point. The soul is confronted with archetypes, images that represent both unconscious fears and untapped potential. These images are not negative challenges, but opportunities to confront and overcome the obstacles within oneself, freeing oneself from the limitations that have been created throughout life. Facing one's fears and untapped potential is the key to unlocking the door to spiritual evolution. Finally, the third stage, becoming, is where the soul continues its journey, facing choices that not everyone is aware of. Karma, in this stage, is not a punishment, but rather the result of thoughts, decisions, and beliefs formed throughout life. It is important to understand that rebirth is not an inevitable fate. It is a choice. The soul can decide to continue the cycle or to break free from the cycle and enter a new, freer, and more enlightened state of being. 3. Death is a metaphor for life, a profound concept in the Tibetan Book of the Dead that not everyone easily recognizes. In fact, death is not only the end of a life, but also a powerful metaphor for every trial and suffering we go through in life. Every day we face little deaths, failures, losses, and moments of breakdown. All of these are bardos, transitional stages where we can be reborn and find awakening. We are often ruled by fear of death, fear of failure. But in reality, fear is a powerful tool of control that we unconsciously give to life. When we understand that death is not an end, but an opportunity for freedom, we can free ourselves from these constraints. Death is liberating because it frees us from the anxiety of what we perceive as an end, and instead offers us the opportunity for rebirth and profound transformation. Importantly, this book is not only for those who are facing death, but also for those who are still alive, so that they can understand that every step in life is also a journey full of potential and challenges. This book emphasizes the ability to rewrite karma, allowing each person to recreate and transform their life. Death is not the final destination, but an opportunity for us to rewrite our destiny, to face and overcome what hinders us on the path to enlightenment. 4. Approaching the truth about death in life. Approaching the truth of death in life. Life and death are not two separate concepts, but are actually mirrors of each other, reflecting what we experience every day in our journey of existence. Every moment of life contains profound lessons about change and impermanence, as well as signs of death that we have never noticed. To truly approach the truth of death, we need to practice awareness, the ability to see and experience what happens after death. In the modern world, however, we are caught up in endless distractions, work, relationships, and countless other material elements. These factors hinder the process of introspection, making it difficult for us to look deeply into the nature of life and death. That is why meditating on impermanence, or simply coming to terms with the little deaths of life, moments of fear, loss, and change, is an important way to prepare for our eventual death. These small deaths are not bad things, but opportunities for us to learn and grow. Every time we face our fears, every time we have to accept a major change, it is a step forward in our deeper awareness of death and the impermanence of all things. Preparing for these events is not an act of escape, but a direct confrontation with reality, so that when the time comes to face our final death, we can do so with complete serenity and freedom. 5. Quantum consciousness and Bardo's. The reality we experience is not simply what we see and feel immediately. In fact, reality has many layers hidden beneath the surface that are invisible to the naked eye. When death comes, these layers are revealed, revealing a vast, invisible dimension that we never understood before. Death is not the end, but a doorway to levels of consciousness and reality that we have never had access to. One of the greatest discoveries in the study of death and the Bardos is the understanding of consciousness. Consciousness is not limited by the body or by time. It is beyond the boundaries we usually associate with life and death. Consciousness is an invisible and fluid entity that can exist in other dimensions, independent of the body. The world we perceive is only a reflection of a deeper, macroscopic reality, filtered through our senses. Importantly, while death can reveal these layers of consciousness, we can also reach higher states of consciousness while we are alive. It is through the process of spiritual awareness and practice that we can enter a higher reality where the limitations of matter, time, and space are no longer obstacles. The Bardos, therefore, are not just a state after death, but also a journey of profound exploration into one's own inner universe. 6. Frequency and energy alignment. Each of us is a part of the universe, and within it our consciousness vibrates at a certain frequency. This frequency is not fixed, but is shaped by the thoughts and emotions we harbor on a daily basis. Negative emotions, fear, or anger can pull us down to lower frequencies, while love, gratitude, and compassion have the ability to lift us to higher levels of cosmic energy. This frequency of vibration not only affects our present life, but also determines our experience after death. As we prepare to enter the Bardos, the frequency at which we vibrate will shape the path our soul takes. If our frequency is low, we are more likely to be drawn into karmic cycles. But if our frequency is high, we will have the ability to access higher realms and be freed from these cycles. One of the most powerful ways to raise our vibrational frequency is through gratitude, love, and compassion. These emotions have the power to create a positive energy, not only in life, but also in the invisible world after death. Gratitude helps us appreciate the value of each moment. Love opens the heart, and compassion heals deep wounds in the soul. When we practice these things, our vibrational frequency increases, bringing us closer to peace and freedom. Ultimately, detaching ourselves from material attachments, negative relationships, and old ideologies will help us raise our vibrational frequency. When we are no longer controlled by external factors, we will be able to rise into the freedom of a higher reality, where everything exists only in pure energy. 7. The transcendental self and liberation. After death, the ego that we have been attached to throughout our lives gradually dissolves, leaving behind a clear observer, a part of ourselves that is not dominated by any personal emotions or thoughts. This is absolute freedom, where there is no longer any distinction between the self and the universe. It is in this moment that we realize that we are not what we thought we were, but a boundless entity that exists outside of time and space. When we learn to connect with the clear observer while we are alive, we begin to experience inner freedom, no longer bound by relationships, material things, or limiting thoughts. We experience ease and peace in every present moment. This is a state of liberation that everyone can achieve when they understand their true nature. The ability to not be reborn or to be liberated comes from being in tune with the highest frequency, transcending the bondage of karmic cycles. When the ego is gone, we are free to choose our own path in eternity, no longer bound by the cycles of rebirth and suffering. Liberation is the highest state a human can attain when we are completely free from all factors that hinder spiritual growth. 8. Reality layering, time collapse, and interdimensional corridors. The reality we experience is not a single dimension. Death, in its mystery, reveals layers of reality that are invisible to us in our everyday lives. Different dimensions of the universe emerge as the boundaries between worlds become blurred. It is a world where time is no longer linear. Past, present, and future are no longer clearly defined. This opens up the possibility that the past can be rewritten, and that we can change the course of our destiny by adjusting the way we perceive, think, and act in the present moment. In this journey between dimensions, we will encounter the interdimensional corridor, an energy bridge connecting different realities. It is an invisible but very real space where anything is possible. Intention is the decisive factor in this journey. It is a strong and clear intention that will shape our experience when passing through this corridor. Here, single-pointed focus becomes the key to controlling the journey, because when we are fully focused, we can overcome all barriers, discovering mysteries that the physical world cannot explain. Awareness in this interdimensional corridor is a powerful tool that allows us to not only change our reality, but also shape our future. It all depends on our ability to master our consciousness and focus on a single point, helping us understand and grasp. Death is not an end but a doorway where consciousness transcends the boundaries of time and space. What we call an end is only a transition, revealing the true nature of reality and ourselves. The secret lies in living fully and preparing to release the ego, raise the frequency, and open the interdimensional corridors. From the clear light to the journey through the Bardos, the truth is always present. We are never really finished, only becoming. Rewrite the above script in a mysterious tone. The main content should not be changed.